Actually, chat, you know what I want to do? I want to do a little draw of my life. I want you guys to get to know me a little bit better. So, people, this is basically how it is. So in the year 2002, my dear amazing mother, Pia Cramling, who is a grandmaster, she, you know, I was born from her. Is that how you say it? I don't know. And then we also had my dear amazing dad, Juan Manuel Beñón Lopez, also a grandmaster. He had quite a lot of hair back then. Like this. So yeah, so the 30th of April 2002, my mother and father, I was born, you know, I'm not even gonna say anything else. I was born that day. So 30th of April 2002, I was born in this little tiny, or in like a hospital in Malaga in Spain that day, and there were 2 girls born that day and 15 boys in that hospital, the 30th of April 2002. And right after I was born, the doctor wanted to like take me away, and my parents were so scared because they thought that they might like mix me up with another person. But then like back then I used to have like a lot of I was born with like red hair, and this other girl that was born that day, she had like a lot of she was born with like a lot of black hair. Like she had a lot of black hair. So my parents were happy because they thought that they couldn't mix me up. But yeah, I was ginger back then. I was ginger back then. I was born with ginger hair, and I had green eyes and red hair when I was born. And then after that, I was born and raised in Malaga in Spain with my dear amazing parents. My childhood before I was the age of 5 literally consisted of, you know, my dear mother and dear father playing lots of chess tournaments, me traveling to lots of chess tournaments. So I literally went to so many different tournaments in different countries. I went to Spain, I went to other countries in Europe being a little tiny baby, and everybody, this is me. I was just sitting and crying and annoying every single person. Knowing every single person at every chess tournament that I went. My parents said that I was very kind and that I never cried, but then once I met this woman and she was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you since you were a tiny baby. Oh my god, you know, you cried so much when you were younger and you went to tournaments. I mean, it was impossible to play when you were there, but you've grown up so much." So basically the story that my parents said, which was that I never cried and was, you know, the most silent baby ever, was basically a very, very, very I don't know how accurate that was. I have lots of pictures. I wish I could, you know, show you a picture of that, but there's not really more to say about that. It was, you know, me following to tournaments, parents playing chess, and that was pretty much that. I didn't know anything about chess, but I thought that the chess pieces were yummy because I was always eating them. Well, after that, I started preschool when I was 5 years old, and by that point, I didn't really have, you know, my hair was not red anymore. I had some brown hair at this point. I had quite a lot of long hair. So I started preschool in Spain. I went to a little preschool in Spain at the age of 5, and there were lots of pigs and donkeys. It was like a farm preschool. And in that school, I was taught how to like plant seeds and all that type of stuff. We didn't really do anything else but playing with animals and, you know, running around and just doing stuff like that. So that was me being 5 years old. That was a pretty fun time. At the age of 6 years old, I started a school which was for 6-year-olds, and it was like the school that was like a, you know, like a kind of like junior school for just like 6-year-olds. We started having a school uniform as well, so it kind of looked like this, and then I had like a little skirt. And here I was 6 years old, and in that school, many of the kids that like went from my like first school, they like started there as well. So we like everybody like knew each other, which was really fun. And then I remember that was the first time that I had just learned how to talk properly because I couldn't really speak properly in Spanish. My teacher had like called my mother and been like, "Your daughter needs to meet somebody because she can't speak." So I went to like one of those, you know, what's it called? Like, yeah, like a speech therapist, exactly. And so I took classes with this person for like a year, like a doctor. And so he taught me how to speak, basically. So that was that year. That was pretty awesome. And then after that, I went to my normal school, which I went to all the way up until I was 5 years old. No, I mean, I went to 5th grade. So after that, I got a bit older. And to be honest, like now I think that at this point, I mean, it was pretty much the same thing. I went to school and I remember I was always like very quiet when I was younger. I was really quiet and I was like afraid of everyone. So I was just sitting always like in a corner, like writing everything and like, you know, just finishing everything that I had to finish. So all the teachers would always say that I was like really kind and, you know, I didn't like cause any disturbance and stuff like that. So like all the teachers were always really happy with me, which was why I kind of became a like pet teachers person. Yeah, I'm not quiet anymore. No, I don't really know how that happened. It just kind of, you know, happened. But and then people after that, when I started 3rd grade, I realized that I wanted to become an actress. So I decided to start theater and to join theater. So those started to be my theater years. So I began theater when I was like 9 years old. In my school, I was just in like my local thing. And okay, so here I am. I was really bad at theater. In fact, I was so bad that I never got like a main role. Never ever did I get a main role. I was always getting like these really crappy roles. At one point, I got the role of being an octopus. So this was literally me. I was literally just an octopus. At the back, which didn't have to do anything. The only thing that I had to do was just stand there as an octopus. That was one of my first roles. I was also doing quite a lot of dancing. At that point, I was like dancing flamenco and doing stuff like that. So I always wore like my little flamenco dress. I was starting to like all those type of things. I even started learning how to play the guitar. So these were kind of like my more like artsy years. Not that I was ever good at any of these things, but I even took a drawing class, but that's embarrassing. I don't want to say that here. So that was what I was doing, and that's what I did for like 2 years. And during those years, that's when I was like, also I realized that I really like to like present stuff. So I always used to like do clips of like when I was singing, or I used to like I wanted to be an actress. I used to like film myself doing all of those things. And then also I like wanted to like present stuff. So if I bought something, I would like make a video of me like doing a whole of it and then be like, oh, this is what I bought, da 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 da. And during these years with chess, I was like starting to compete in chess and I started to play it, but I didn't really like chess at this point. I thought that chess wasn't that much fun, simply because I think it was just because my parents played it all the time, so, and talked about it all the time, so I just didn't think that chess was that fun at this age. So yeah, exactly. Has my singing improved? No, it's become worse. It was honestly better back then. Then in 2013, 11-year-old Anna was sitting at her home watching TV when my mom literally came in and was like, Anna, do you want to move to Sweden? So, and that was like in April 2013. And I remember that, you know, as I said before, I was feeling kind of lonely in school. I didn't really like my friends too much. And I don't know, I didn't really like see like, you know, what the point was of like staying there. So I was just like, you know, let's move to Sweden. I remember in the beginning of June, I was in school, walking into school, when one of my friends, who was a good friend of mine, she said, Anna, you cannot come in. Oh wait, okay. You cannot come in. And I was like, why can you not come in? And then she was like, wait a second. And then when I walked into my classroom, everybody had created a surprise party for me for, you know, like, you know, because they were going to say goodbye. And the craziest thing was that, you know, the kids that I thought were like kind of bullying me and being like very, you know, mean to me, they were the ones who had like paid for everything. Like I remember asking my teacher, I was like, who's the person who fixed this? And they were the ones who had like paid for everything. And they got me like this huge like teddy bear that said, we'll miss you, which I've shown you, and all that stuff. And that was really crazy. I was so surprised because I really thought they hated me. So that was really, really, really cute. And I remember that we didn't have any classes that day, and we just ate candy and we just ate like food, and everybody was like signing my t-shirt and stuff like that. And I was so happy. I felt like, wow, that was such like a beautiful ending to this chapter. But yeah, and then the 8th of June that year, I moved to Sweden. So I started school as an 11-year-old in Sweden that fall. I could choose if I wanted to like jump over 1 year or not, but I decided to stay with the people in my age. And I mean, I remember like after first date, I was like, Mom, can we just go home? I was like, this is great, but I just want to go home. So I was like really unhappy in the beginning after I moved to Sweden. Because I don't know, I didn't like the school, and I don't know, it was just like, I just didn't go to a good school, and it was just not great, which was really, like, that was really tough for me in the beginning when I moved, because I didn't really know anybody. Like, it was just a whole new country. And like, as an 11-year-old who had always been like really introvert, it was like really hard to just like come up to someone and be like, hey, let's be friends. So that was not awesome, but I changed schools after 1 year. So I went to school number 2, and that was in 2014. And then in that school, exactly, it was just different. Like, there was nothing wrong with it. It was just very different. And I just did, like, the school that I went to, I just didn't like, but it was just different. So in the school number 2, the first thing that ever happened was that I was so lost. I had also like traveled to like a chess championship. I had traveled to Gibraltar, and when I came back, I like started a few days late, so I was kind of like the new girl. And I remember that I was walking around and I couldn't find my locker, so I saw this girl and I was like, hey, have you seen this locker? And she just looked at me as if I was the most stupid person in the world, and she was like, I don't know what your name is, but you're standing right in front of that locker. It's a funny story. We're best friends now. And then she was, after that, I was like, oh, here's my locker. And then she was like, hey, this is my name. Do you want to bake cinnamon rolls with me today after school? And then I was like, sure. And then I went to her home after that day in school. We baked cinnamon rolls, and since then we've always been friends. That was awesome. School started to be more fun. I prefer that school. And then at this point, I started like traveling a lot. I started to think that chess was more fun. So at this point, in 2016, I went to Baku to play in the chess Olympiad, and during like those last years I started to like compete a lot in chess and stuff, and I went to Baku to the Olympiad. There we go, Olympiad. I went there with my family. Mom was sitting on board 1 in that Olympiad, and I was sitting on board 4, and I was then 14. I started to like, at that point, I just told my school that I had to travel for chess, and you know, my school accepted it, and I went there, and this was the first time. My dad was the captain as well, so here we have it. Dad was the captain, and after that, I remember when I walked into this room, it was like this huge room, this very huge room with lots and lots and lots of people sitting everywhere from so many different countries. I mean, anybody from like the Bahamas to like, you know, to so many different places. Everybody was there gathered together at the same room, which was really awesome. And I just remember that I got super inspired, and I was like, wow, this is cool. Like, people from all over the world are here, you know? And then after that, I got really inspired to, you know, to do it even more and to play more chess, and I just felt very inspired, and so I did that. And during one of those games, Chad, I was playing against, we were playing against Hungary, and I remember, everybody, that the one and only Judith Polgar walked up and watched my game. The moment that I blundered a piece in move 5, okay, in move 5, I blundered a piece against this woman who was like a lot higher rated than me. She was like 2300 and I was like 2000. I was like 2000 and she was like 2300. And I blundered a piece in move 5. So that was embarrassing. And then she just like, how can you blunder in move 5? No, I can't remember. It was like one of these, like, I had a bishop on g5, and then like they went for like a queen a5 check, and I couldn't really defend it. So, and I just remember, I just thought, is the first game that Judith Polgar ever sees of me going to be this? And it was. And she was happy though, because her team won, but you know, I don't have the game. But anyways, it was not amazing. Not amazing. But yeah, so that was good though. That was really awesome. And I was finishing middle school and, you know, playing lots of chess. The chess was going really great. I was traveling to all these different cool countries, like European championships, world championships, and I, to be honest, didn't care too much about school, but I got really good grades. Like, I got really good grades, which was really awesome. And I don't know how I did it, but I did it, and that was awesome. And then I started high school, and I was able to get into a really good school with really ambitious people, because I had gotten really good grades before. And that was, you know, that was awesome. It was also that there was a lot of pressure in the classroom, because all of a sudden everybody had gone from like being really good at their schools to like everybody, you know, being bad, basically. And like the teachers had lots of expectations, and it was just, yeah, you guys kind of know what I mean. It was kind of like that. Lots of expectations. This is when I started to like play more chess. I also became a lot more confident. Even in like middle school at the end, like I was a lot more confident than before. But I think that back here, this is like when I like started to becoming more like, I mean, not confident, that's not the word I would put, but like I started becoming a lot more extrovert, I would say. So that was that. So here is 16-year-old me. 2018 was my greatest chess year. This is when I peaked with like 2180. I got my Woman FM title. I was traveling everywhere. I played the most games anybody played in Sweden. I played over 130 over the board games in 1 year. So this was like my peak 2018, like the whole year, like from start to finish. That was like my peak. In like traveling and chess and everything. Like I used to I went to so many tournaments. I literally traveled everywhere. I had like a summer when I went to like 5 tournaments in a row, traveling throughout Europe. So that was really cool. And then at the end of that, I started like getting into like high school, and like, I started meeting lots of new people in high school, and I was really happy, and I got lots of really good friends, and that was really happy. I found like kind of my little like squad of people in school, which was awesome, which I'm still friends with today. Then after that, at the end of 2019, that's when I did commentary for Wilton Cup. That was the first time I ever did commentary for anything, for any chess tournament. I used to only play competitively before that, but then that year I did commentary for Wilton Cup, which was, the first tournament I ever did commentary for. At this point, like, obviously, like, as I said, 2018 was when I was playing a lot of chess and peaking, and 2019 as well. Like, I played lots of chess that year. And then we get to the amazing, historic year of 2020, everybody. So this is my 2019. And then 2020 was a very interesting year. It was a really good year, but it was also a very weird year in many ways. But yeah, so here we are in 2020. There we go. In the beginning of that year, I was doing commentary for Wilton Cup. So back in January, I was just doing, Wilton Cup. And at that point, after Wilton Cup happened, I remember that I got a call from chess.com, and they were like, Anna, do you want to do commentary for the Women World Championship, basically? And they were like, it starts in 2 days, and you're gonna have to do this at 4 a.m. your time for 2 weeks straight. And I called Will, and I was like, I have to do this, but like, it's at 4 a.m. and I don't even own a computer. And then Will was like, you know what? I have all the equipment that you'll need. So I went to Will's basement, and, I started, doing commentary from there. So I did the Women World Chess Championship, which was really fun. And then after that, from Will's basement, I, started my own Twitch channel. But once again, like, I didn't own any equipment at all. And like, I couldn't really like buy a bunch of expensive equipment. Like, I did not have the resources for that at all. So like, that was like, I was really like, for the first 3 months or something, I was really just like using his equipment, like at his basement, because I just couldn't like have anything of my own. So that was pretty awesome. There, I just got my, little nice, wait a second. I just got my very, 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 very nice little, computer and my little desk. And then here's, I started my own channel, which was pretty awesome. And then, here I am. And, guys, I'm gonna confess something to you, which I've said before. In January 2020, I did not know what Twitch was. I had no idea. I was like, Twitch what? Twitch what? What is Twitch? Which is a bit embarrassing considering it's not my job. But, times change. What Twitch was 9 months ago. Exactly that day. Exactly. No, so times have changed, guys. So that was that. So I was sitting there, being very awkward in front of a camera, not knowing what I was saying. But, it was fun. And then the one only, Vila, he was like, Anna, I'm gonna set up a match between you and Alexander Bodis. And I was like, yay, that sounds great. So after a few days of like starting my channel, I got to play like a match against Alex, and that really like, you know, that was so kind of him, because obviously she was, you know, a lot bigger, and she was just amazing. And the fact that I got the opportunity to like do something like that so early on was just, you know, so amazing. And you know, yeah, she's amazing. She's amazing. But you know, Vila set that up, so thank you, Vila. Not that Vila is ever here and will ever listen to this, but you know, had I never played chess on the internet before January 2020? No, I had never. No, guys, that's the thing. I had never ever played chess on the internet before January 2020. Like, I was not used to playing chess on the internet. But anyways, and now it's just going to be great. So right now we're just going to be focusing on you know, content creation and everything, which I'm so excited about. So right now, just, you know, after school, what basically Anna is going to be, it's going to be a happy Anna who creates a lot more content, and you know, who's able to, you know, to create new content as well, who also, you know, tries to sleep a bit more, and you know, tries to take care of all the other aspects of life too, which I'm so happy about. So you know, I'm switching school for, you know, taking care of myself. So that is that. My eyes are so messed up. My eyes are so messed up. Okay, I think that I have an inflamed eye, everybody. But that is that. So, you know, now we are entering Twitch. Twitch. And wait a second. On YouTube. Okay, guys, there we have it. That is that. No, it's YouTube. Do you guys not see the YouTube? Do you guys not see the YouTube? Wait, yeah, so that is that. So that is this now. Wait, does this resemble me? I hope it doesn't. So, and that is now from, you know, especially from July up. That is that. So guys, also that, just so you know, from July, like, I'm gonna be streaming so much. I have lots of plans for July. I'm gonna be doing my first subathon then as well. I'm gonna be streaming so much, which I'm really excited about. So I'm really going full-time streaming from July. I'm just taking it a little bit more easy, just because I feel like I'm still very stressed from the past 6 months. So I don't want to overdo myself, but from July I'm going all in with this. So yeah, that is that. It's going to be really fun, and I'm super excited about all that. I'm super duper excited about all that. It's going to be absolutely great. So July is going to be an amazing month, and then I mean all the way from there, it's going to be great. So I'm super excited about that. It's going to be great, and I hope that you guys are excited about that too. But you know, we are we have a lot of fun stuff coming up really soon as well. We have tomorrow I'll be streaming. Monday I'll be doing I will attempt to do my first IRL stream, and then I'm traveling to Spain, so I'll be streaming from Spain, and I'm also traveling to France, and I'll be streaming from France, and hopefully I'll be able to do lots of IRL streams from there, and lots of fun stuff now in, you know, end of June, beginning of July. So yeah, it's going to be really fun. I'm really excited. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a big thumbs up, and also to subscribe. If you ever want to catch me live, go ahead and go to twitch.tv/AnnaCramling. Hope to see you there.